Day 8 of the 44-day challenge. Here we go. What is the 44-day challenge? Well, for 44 days, we're reviewing a book off Amazon every day on how to sell your business. We're taking the information out and we're getting it out to you guys where it can be put to best use so you can have a better chance of selling your company successfully. Today's book is How to Sell a Mid-Sized Business by Ney Grant. This book, so far this book is my favorite book. There's a lot of good stuff we've read, 8 books in, obviously, a lot more books to go. But as we sit today, I've really enjoyed this book. It was a good mix of true life stories. Ney's been in the industry for over 30 years, has tons of experience, and gets to regale a lot of ups and downs as an intermediary in the industry. So I'm excited to report on this book. I can't do it justice in the 5 minutes that I'm gonna have with you guys today, but you can go and purchase it. I'm not suggesting this book for anybody who does business, has a business under $1 million a year in sales. Anything over than that, when you're getting to that mid-market, 5 million a year plus, this book is going to be very helpful for you and very worthwhile. Okay, so in the 44-day challenge, we take the 3 biggest knowledge nuggets out of a book, we take 2 great quotes, and then we do the biggest takeaway out of that book. So let's start with our first knowledge nugget. Our first knowledge nugget is 8 common mistakes that sellers make. These mistakes are not preparing the business financially, not preparing the business for management handoff, delaying the process in the sale, a surprise that kills the deal. Never let a buyer find out about something that's wrong with the company on their own. You want to tell them about it early, disclose it early so you can create the story around that. Number 5, unrealistic value expectations. Number 6, not reaching the right buyers or trying to sell to just one buyer. Number 7, demanding all cash or being inflexible on terms. And number 8, not using professionals appropriately. Knowledge nugget number 2 from Ney Grant on how to sell your mid-sized business. Selling your business is all about building trust. Everything you do to build trust is going to get you closer to that sale, and everything you do to erode trust is going to take you further away. So remember that. It's all about building that relationship with the buyer of trust. Knowledge nugget number 3 is all about return on investment, and it's quite interesting what Ney points out from his experience. There's a staggering difference between the return on investment that a venture capitalist seeks, often more than 50% per year, the ROI a private equity group seeks between 25 and 35%, and the ROI that a large company may seek, some are at 15% per year, from a potential business acquisition. The difference often takes business sellers and even M&A firms by surprise, but it makes perfect sense when you take risk into account. So just know, depending on who you're targeting, they're going to be looking for different returns. And if your business is only going to return 10, 15%, that is going to help you know who you're going to be targeting. Quote number 1 from Ney is all about why an intermediary is useful. Ney states, having the right intermediary can make the difference of millions of dollars to a seller. An experienced intermediary knows when to push the buyer, when the buyer is being unreasonable, and when they are just playing at the end of what they can offer. In addition, the intermediary can play a bad cop and leave you in the position to play the good cop. Our second quote is all about tax strategy. If you're contemplating selling your business within the next 2 years, it pays to start thinking about your tax strategy. It's a simple theory. You pay a percentage of your earnings in taxes, but when you sell your company, you get paid a multiple of the earnings as the selling price. I talked about this in yesterday's video, but it's incredibly important, and I highlighted it again from Ney's book. You want to make sure that 2 years before you're going to sell your company, you're pushing as much profit as you possibly can to the bottom line. All right, the biggest takeaway from Ney in this book is having multiple options. The more people you can get to the table to give you offers, the more you're going to have options and the higher that price can be pushed up. Ney says that he often sees multiple offers come in at 50% different from each other. That's huge. So you want to make sure there's multiple people at the table. All right, guys, that's day 8 of the 44-day challenge. We'll see you tomorrow when we drop into day 9 and get you more information on how to be more successful when it comes time to sell your company.